Hey everyone, ILYCS here, and today I'm going to be starting my second episode of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, A Finger Looking Good Dating Simulator. So today, we'll be continuing day 2 and ending right when day 3 starts, which should be the last day. So this is the second episode to my adventure, and let's continue. You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was the secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about your encounter with the spork monster, she launches into her story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like pop. See, I told her, it'd be good if I matched her up with Pop yesterday for the cooking thing. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class. He's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put on a hat at one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student and ever to attend the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Aha, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. This meant if he gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a power created from super duper rare dried flower petals. And that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I've ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyway, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch. You know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Cough. That's what I'm doing right now. Please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret? I'm protecting Colonel Sanders' secret. I can't tell her. Who do you think of a fake ingredient name? I don't know. How about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's poison, but what can you do? Eye of Newt. Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in, cherry blossoms, petal fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders! He's arriving at school. What a mysterious man. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are is to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up, back on his stallion, and you'll ride away together. That'll show how good you are. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, you said no one surprised the horse, and it is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so no, it's serious. I've been trapped in this realm beyond, But a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But before he could continue, you suddenly awake. Oh, jeez. So, I was stumbling because I thought I died. Oh, no. And it didn't really matter if I was talking about it or not, but... I got knocked out by Colonel Sanders' horse because I got kicked in the head. You wake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is it just his natural seasoned musk? Oh my god. Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who's in the wrong here. But one thing for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. The horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And if the Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like, counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad. Well, you try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders. Wow. But he sees you coming. Well there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Act like you're not interested in... Tell them to stop acting immature. Act like you're not interested. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh? And you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity, it takes panache, and it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they're trying to hide, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall. They're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by arrival of more students. It's time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. Bruh, how about Van Van? You're a disappointment. Look what you've done. Why would you do that to him? You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town with my tiny legs, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's a scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down! Off toppin'. That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You gotta pay attention to the lesson, truly, you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders. And you missed most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Nick? Naturally, this appears to be a simple platter. Which item do you want to sample? A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It's sparkled in the most eye-catching way, so naturally reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body's not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip down through the universe. My friend! This guy again? I'm here to give you another important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I got some spice stuck in my throat still. It's fine, I'll work through. Cough. To fulfill the prophecy, you must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Aw, man. Aw, man. Aw, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. The pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think of yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics, and these two, is off the charts. Step up and tell them you're on. Demand that they stop wasting. Is everything a competition with you two? Yes. Yes. Well, not with me. I'm on a personal journey to learn, to love, to learn to love. Sure, why not? But definitely not to constantly battle. Yeah, stop getting your genres crossed. Don't you have something portable monsters? Don't you have some portable monsters to capture something? I need to eat if I'm going to have the energy to sustain my education and pursue my dream of being a master chef. How are any of us supposed to get anywhere if we're constantly fending off challenges from every know-it-all with an apron? Besides, I already brought my own lunch. Nick, you should have it. It will give you the energy you need to succeed. Miriam reaches out and presents a gift to you. My special grilled cheese and tomato soup with chocolate milk to wash it down, and a tartlet for dessert. I've never heard of that. I don't know what food is. That looks good though. It only takes you about 5 seconds to eat Miriam's tiny food, but it's just what you needed for motivation. You know what? I've learned enough for today. Let's battle. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll stop or put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least now, until we turn on the timer. Oh my. Just then a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. I stand corrected. If it's a battle you want, it's a battle you'll get. My bestie can best the best of him. Thank you, Miriam. Best believe it. I hate myself. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. Oh. You had his chicken, you made his mashed potatoes and gravy on one day, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, the timer runs down. You'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does the boil water at? 100. Damn. What are you thinking, Nick? Get your head in the game. You're going to need a seasoned chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he used? 7. That's wrong. Oh my god. It's seen Schostner's with better sense than that. Oh, this is so bad. And that manager kind no less. Now that you've got some basic steps, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude. That's right. Oh. You must never take this opportunity for granted, even if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. Yeah. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to use energy sources to come from. A small town where big dreams are born deep beneath the surface. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, they'll be taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Nick. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome. Except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to do a dish? What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. Good. You're stranded on a desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. Alright. You know what? Shouldn't you be focused for? Sorry for you. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. Oh, you're really struggling to keep up. At the next station, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixture. As you do, the crowd gasps, "Yikes!" I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Nick does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and the hard way. You don't go far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your errors was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixture and rescue the dough from being overmixed. Nick, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shake his head in shame. I'm sorry, Colonel. I'm so sorry. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stopped. Everyone stop. What you're doing right now. The battle is over. It can't be. I'm so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me a winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Nick's injury. You see Sprinkles begins to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you've prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to the dessert. Under the white chocolate dome, you'll find an array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor as it tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Nick to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden on the inside. Inside you find delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, 2 ways, tender nugget, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places the sauce covered at his fingertips into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burdens so intensely with your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch on fire and turn to ash. Uh-oh. And they fall off your face, which means people have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance. Not to mention your crispy fried brow. You want for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. That's how I see myself. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that running with the mixer and the small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed in obstetric. Oh, hold on. Obstetrician. There you go. My God. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and oh my God, I can't even read or talk. And my well-kept beard and assume that I got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been that way. Sounds like a guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from last night, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. Borko. It is I. I know I said it would be back. And after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want me to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Nick, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by the thing. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you ever been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something, it's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps. Now that you've got him right where you want him, you should reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you. I'll reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your own original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You'll reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. Oh, yes, it's going so good. Ugh, I love this game. I want KFC so badly now. Oh my god. Ugh. The shredded cabbage dishes. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luge hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make more. Oh, you could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look at closer. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. I'll tap on a 9 to discover more about the item. This must be where you kept the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens. Inside of it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi styled? Sashimi styled. The scented candle, you pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in the lake? Summer of '69? Woodstock, for those who didn't know about it. It's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's blank. What about this? One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold fried drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache he sports. You figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's a drumstick that seems like a waving rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Yeah, right. You take a closer look at the urn sitting nearby. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. When you wipe it off clean, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in cloth. It's actually made of spun silver. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner of your table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped on the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state Kentucky." You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then a ghost of the student pops up. "Are you thinking about heading out to the woods on a quest to avenge my death?" "Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?" "I can tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something?" You open the window. You open the window a crack, and the ghost of the student is swept out with a breeze. Rest in peace, my guy. Your photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where you discovered one of the secret herbs and spices. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hangers and try it on. The jacket is too big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan this out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forget. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams.
Extra.
Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. The thought of leaving Colonel Sanders in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Nick? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into a slumber. Dream sequence. You wake to the beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' home. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today, and it is a day that could change the rest of your life. You're thinking about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, isn't even legal. But if the recipe is secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to the cookery? Take him down a bit. It's good, but my mom made better. Colonel Sanders' expression goes serious. Did your little jab land too hard, Colonel? I know what you're going to say. I need it to be better if I'm going to leave my mark on this world. A simple tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you could find is to run out of the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University Cooking Academy for learning awaits you. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I had been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Pop, he'd asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not the kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know a little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. But things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she say, shush house? As if that's a thing people just say. What is that even referencing to? And now, I'm not really sure where we stand. Don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam offers support. I'm probably going to end the video here, guys, because this is day 3. This is the last day, and even though it might have been short, we got some fun out of it. We figured out that Colonel Sanders has feelings for me, and I'm not sure where we stand at the moment, but we did connect, so that's about it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace out.